What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Woo, it's Friday. Love me Fridays, right? I mean, Fridays are usually good, right? Signals the start of the weekend. I got a second video coming out today. It's the raid boss that you guys faced from last week, which is a good one. And then that means tomorrow we got a brand new raid boss, and it's going to be awesome. You know, I love Fridays. It's good stuff. Plus, new matchup. It should be a pretty good matchup. We got two good characters going at it today. We got some really good results as well. So, if you happen to be here for the very first time and you don't know how this works, well, first of all, welcome to the channel, and allow me to explain this. So basically, I created a tournament, and then we put 100 characters into the tournament. Each day on the channel, I upload one of the matches from the tournament, and then I'll talk about the two characters, you know, maybe go over mini moveset pool. Maybe, I don't know, talk about a couple facts about the character, whatever it might be, and then we vote between one of the two characters, well, down in the comments section. But before we get to the voting, because, well, voting is part of the rules, and there's a few more, so I'm just going to put the other rules up on screen. And the rules are very straightforward, very simple. Rule 1, this is for fun. The other meaning to that is you could vote for whoever you want. It doesn't matter if they're just confirmed. Who cares what their current status is for Smash Bros. Do you like the character? If yes, then feel free to vote for him. It's all cool. It's all good. You know, no hard feelings. Vote for whoever you want. I vote Waluigi when he's in matches. Well, he's eliminated now, but you vote for who you want. That's basically what I'm saying, alright? You don't have to vote for who's more likely. You can if you want to, though. But do remember, you only get one vote per person. I do check that when I tally the votes up. But how do you vote? Simple. Down in the comments, you type the name of the character that you are voting for. So, yeah, that's simple, but again, remember, only one vote per person. Otherwise, the rest of the rules, this is a double elimination tournament, meaning a character will have to lose 2 times before being officially eliminated. Then once we get to the results to determine the winner and loser of each individual match, if there happens to be a tie, we're going to flip a coin on camera, fairest way to break a tie, and then each matchup voting-wise only lasts for just 1 week. So, yeah, you have 7 days from when the episode first gets uploaded to get your votes in. If the vote comes in after that, it doesn't count. Alright, those are the rules. Let's go to the rest of the video. Alright, so we got to jump into the results from last week. And this was a pretty interesting one because this is when a lot of people started kind of bringing to the attention of those alternate accounts, the ones that were quite obviously alternate accounts of each other. So, yeah, I shrunk all those votes. I touched on that on Monday, you know, about the alternate accounts. They're pretty obvious, so I shrunk all those into just one single vote. But the matchup. What was the matchup? Again, from the loser bracket, so whoever loses is now being eliminated from the tournament because it will be their second loss. So the matchup happened to be Pauline from the Super Mario series, who was taking on Rex and Pyra from the Xenoblade franchise. And let's just say, make your own conclusion from this. But Rex and Pyra ended up winning 44 votes, pretty good, to Pauline, who only had 18 votes. Yeah, I mean, her last match, she had 59 and defeated Sora. Yeah, sorry about that. I'm sorry. But anyway, Pauline's eliminated. Congrats to Rex and Pyra moving on for at least one more match. But that'll come up a little bit later, probably in a couple weeks or whatever. So, yeah, that's the results. So now we get to go to the brand new matchup for the day, which is all the way back up here in the winner's bracket. I always love the winner's bracket because, like, these are, like, I don't want to say they're the top characters, but, like, these are the characters that haven't lost yet. I guess that's why it's the winner's bracket. But, man, we got a good matchup starting things off. And, of course, the winner's bracket is going to be starting off with Shantae from the Shantae series. A potential indie rep. Yeah, we know the story about Shantae in these tournaments, right? But her opponent could be a formidable opponent, Lloyd Irving from the Tales of series. So, I mean, right? What about the Mii costume that we had and now we don't have? Where's that? What are we waiting for? I don't know. Let's jump into it. Lloyd Irving, right? So the big thing is, right? He's a Bandai character, right? The Tales of series is one of Bandai's IPs. So, let me just touch on that, the Mii costume. Where did his Mii costume go? We had it in Smash, Wii U, and 3DS. And if I remember correctly, I'd have to look up a source for this, so don't technically quote me on this, but I think some of you guys will know this. Didn't Sakurai say something along the lines of they wanted Lloyd Irving, but ultimately they kind of just settled with the Mii costume? Was that true, or am I kind of Am I misinterpreting that? Am I stretching that out in whatever weird ways in my head? I don't know. Either way, Lloyd Irving was in Smash through the Mii costume. And it was kind of, I don't know if that was a hint at maybe Nintendo, maybe Sakurai did like the character and he really did want to put Lloyd in as a playable character. But then there was that other old article where, when trying to decide a character for Bandai, the only one that really came to mind for Sakurai, going back to Smash Wii U 3DS, was Pac-Man. And everyone loved it, and I think, didn't Sakurai also say something along the lines of, like, that was the only Bandai character that he wanted, or whatever it might have been? So, I mean, like, what Sakurai wants and now what Nintendo wants, because these are two different things here for Smash DLC, right? Nintendo's the one picking the DLC, or I should say, they've already picked the DLC. So, whatever happens in Fighter Pass 2, I mean, I hope we get some insane, crazy announcements. That'd be awesome. But, could Lloyd Irving, I guess, fall under that category? And let's go back to Fighter Pass 1, speculation, right? Big thing about Fighter Pass 1 was which companies are going to get a character. Sega was thrown around, Capcom thrown around, Bandai was thrown around. As another character kept getting announced. So after Joker got announced, and then after Hero and Banjo more people started thinking, all right, Bandai has to get a character, right? They work on Smash Ultimate for come on, they work on the game. What are the chances that Nintendo goes, hey, we're working with you guys, so we can easily get one of your characters? And they have a plethora of insane franchises and just deserving characters, to be honest. And I guess Lloyd Irving would fit that criteria. So, I mean, Tales of series has sold, like, over, 20 million copies? I think that's, like, all games combined. Maybe it's even more than that, but it sold tremendously well. And Lloyd Irving, to a lot of people, maybe not, obviously not everybody, but he might be the quote-unquote face of the Tales of series. I know you could make a case for potentially Yuri Lowell or maybe even Velvet Crow to an extent. So they got some characters you could definitely play around with. But Lloyd, that dual wielding swordsman, I know, yeah, cool. Another anime swordsman, right? What would make him different? And I think that's where the whole moveset revolved around the dual swords. It's not just gonna be like one little slot. No, like, you could do some pretty cool stuff. And like, for Lloyd's actual attacks, I know I don't remember the name of them by any chance, or at least off the top of my head I can't think of, but he's got stuff where he like kind of like rolls through the air while the swords are kind of like sticking out, so it's like a rolling slash attack. That'd be kind of cool idea for I was going to say a dash attack. That would look really weird as a dash attack. Only Sonic can pull off rolling stuff. Maybe a side special, potentially. I don't know. Just kind of whatever you could do with sword. I know swords are just kind of not everybody's preferred weapon of choice if we're getting a new character that happens to deal with a weapon in their moveset. Sword is not going to be anybody's top. Like, even Sakurai joked about it, right? With the Byleth's reveal, which is why Byleth got all the different weapons in their arsenal, right? Which is a great way to go. Really kind of differentiate yourself playstyle wise from everybody else on the roster, especially Fire Emblem. But Lloyd Irving, I still think like there's enough there that you could really kind of have fun with the dual sword kind of playstyle. And I'm open to the idea. Don't get me wrong. Like, I'm pretty much open to a lot of characters. Let me play as them first before I go, nah, never mind. I don't like the character. I have to experience them before, I'll give my actual opinion. I'm not going to prejudge it, go, yeah, no, thank you. Get that character away from me. There's characters I don't like. Trust me. Like, for example, now I can't even think of one. Let me use Steve from Minecraft, for example. He's not a character. Or how about oh man, I'm making so many people mad. Oh, what do you mean you don't like Steve? I've never played Minecraft, so I have no attachment to the character. So it's not a character that I really want, but as an example, if Steve were to get in, let me play as the character before I would make up my mind and say, alright, yeah, maybe he was a character I don't want, but maybe I enjoy the play style. Maybe he becomes one of my more played characters. That'd be kind of weird, but it could happen. So I guess that's the idea with the moveset for Lloyd in this case. plays the character if he gets into Smash Bros. Plays the character before we kind of complain like, oh great, another swordsman. You can do some very cool stuff. You can do different sort of attacks with swords, with weapons that other characters on the roster already don't have. And if you can separate yourself from what we already have with, you know, characters with a similar playstyle, similar weapon, if you can just make yourself different, I think people, after the initial kind of reveal, I think they'd be okay with it. Again, you got to experience it before you can ultimately make a correct judgment on the situation, right? So, Lloyd, I think he's got potential. Definitely has potential. And, I mean, if Bandai does get a character and it's not Lloyd, are we at least going to get the Lloyd Mii costume back? Like, they never explained that, and they should. Like, where did Bandai's Mii costumes go? Like, Hayachi as well. Look, where'd they go? Come on. I don't know. I'm still scratching my head about that one. But how about this one? You guys know my stance on Shantae. If you don't, this was a character I never heard of before Smash Ultimate. The build-up. I never heard of it. And then, all of a sudden... Sorry. Smash Wii U 3DS, the ballot. I always took her as a joke character because every time I seen something online, people were jokingly voting for Goku and Shrek and Shantae, and I'm like, okay, so it's a joke character. So I always kind of like put the character off, and I was like, no, thank you. I thought she was a joke, but then I come to find out she's a legitimate she's a character. First of all, she's a video game character, so she fits the criteria that Sakurai set out for us. And then I got to learn about her as a character through, well, these tournaments that I do, which is, again, going back to the very first tournament I did. That's why I started these, to learn about more characters, to learn about what you guys want. You vote, you tell me why. Some people go into great detail and explanation. I truly enjoy that because I read those. So, I mean, like, I've got to learn that the Shantae fan base is 100% behind her. They have a very strong community. They're very outspoken. There's a couple bad seeds that I like on Twitter. On Twitter, for example, in my timeline, I always I'll see, not always, but once in a while I'll see like a random somebody supporting Shantae for Smash Bros, and then they will take any sort of the tiniest thing. It's not, maybe it has nothing. I mean, okay, to be fair, everybody does this with a character for Smash Bros, but they'll take the tiniest little thing that Smash Bros, whether it's Sakurai posting just a random picture on Twitter from Smash Bros, and somebody goes, well, actually, if you look at it and analyze it properly in this sort of light, it's kind of hinting at Shantae in this way. I'm like, one, you're reaching so hard. I know you're trying to convince yourself more than anything else, but you need to back up a little bit. So, I mean, every fan base, no matter what character you support, there's always a couple bad seeds in there. But getting rid of the bad seeds, I've been able to actually appreciate the character she is. And I guess the playstyle that she could bring with, I'd have to say the transformation would be, or transforming, I think that would be a very fun, really cool mechanic for a character, right? So, of course, you're going to have Shantae as her, well, base model character. And then just transforming into other things, like Monkey or the elephant, whatever else she has. What is that, a Harpy talon? Does she transform into Harpy? I still haven't played any Shantae games. Maybe I should. I really should. But, like, there's different transforming just animals. And I think a lot of different... just the transformation thing in general would be such a cool mechanic for a character to be put, in the moveset all over the place. That kind of makes me go, all right, actually, I would kind of like this. And like I've stated in the past, my stance on Shantae has flipped 180 degrees. It was the character I always said, like I was saying earlier, I always kind of envisioned her as a joke, but now I go, nah, she ain't a joke. There's a lot there. You could really do quite a bit with this character. The moveset would be fun. She's been on, how many Nintendo platforms, Game Boys, and she's on the Switch, right? Is it Half Genie Hero, or is it Pirate's Curse? Isn't one of them at least on the Switch, I believe? And Shantae 5, that's coming out, I think. When are we getting more information about that for consoles? I hope sometime soon. That'd be kind of nice to know, but Somebody's telling me it's on Apple Arcade. Is that what it was? Or is it arcade games or something? I don't know. That was weird. Just put it on consoles. But the character, man. I love most of her fan base. A lot of respect, a lot of really cool digging that you go through, and just trying to tie some things together to whether you're trying to convince yourself or whether you might actually be onto something. I love that sort of stuff. Maybe I don't like a couple of it, but whatever. Those are the bad seeds. We toss them out. We don't want them. But Shantae as a character has definitely been growing on me over the past couple years, and for this matchup, and plus solo female character, there's still people that want that. Indie character, first potential playable actual indie character, not a Mii costume. Even though, what if she got a Mii costume? That'd be kind of interesting, wouldn't it? I mean, then you'd miss out on so much. I guess you can make her Mii sword fighter, give her a sword-based moveset based on Pirate's Curse, right? But then you miss out on all the transformations, the hair whips, and just everything, the belly dances, right? You miss out on all that stuff. So, yeah, I don't think the Mii costume treatment really fits for Shantae. So, if she gets in, she better be a playable character. So, for this matchup, Lloyd Irving is... I think he's got potential, but for me, he's probably not even the top 5 character that I want to see from Bandai Namco. Agumon's #1 from Bandai. But in this case, Shantae's got my vote in this one easy. So, yeah, let me know who you guys are voting for down in the comments. Shantae, Lloyd, or both. They're all good options. We'll see. We've had a pretty good string of matches with like high turnout for votes. Rimu, her fan base has been crushing it recently, so we'll see if Shantae can stick around and kind of keep Rimu giving her a run for her money. Because look at this, the last couple Shantae matches, she hasn't reached 100. Maybe she hasn't needed to, but 74 in her last matchup against Kamek, and then 86. That's still pretty good against Chun-Li, but we'll see how she turns out this week. So yeah, that is it for this one. So sneak peek for tomorrow's matchup, we will have the assist trophy. Crystal from Star Fox is going to be taking on the legendary Lara Croft from Tomb Raider. That should be a good matchup, right? So that's the match. And then the results are going to be from Bandana Waddle Dee. Yeah, there we go. It's going to be from Bandana Waddle Dee, who's taking on Tails. I'm very much looking forward to see how that one plays out. But that's tomorrow. Today's wrapping up. Second video, Raid Boss video. Anyway, that is it. I hope you guys enjoyed. Hopefully catch you on the next one. Peace out, everybody.